So I was told, in an offhanded comment, there's no way that you can one-shot all of Fallout 2. And I took offense to that. So we're going to make a new character. That character is going to be a rather, not the most charismatic guy. He doesn't really need to be. He doesn't really care about other people. In fact, he doesn't like other people all that much. He's going to have just enough strength. He's going to have just enough endurance. He's going to have maxed out agility because, we're going to be shooting a lot of people today. And we're going to level this. And this goes here. And we already got this, and we're going to get fast shot. Why do we get fast shot? Because we don't really care about aim. We care about killing things, right? So we get this, and... Get this. So, we haven't changed our name. That's very important. We need a good name. Perfect. Don't care. So, we go into the temple. We run. None of these ants are important to us. We can't kill them yet because we can't kill them in one hit. So we're just going to rush right past them. Now, nothing in this temple is of particular interest to us. Open this door. Talk to this guy. Why do we have to fight? I disagree. I think a peaceful solution to any problem is possible. I don't know all of your strengths and weaknesses, and you don't know mine. What I do know is you're dumb, and I'm not. Goodbye. And with that being said, we have dealt with our first obstacles. Now, as I'm sure you notice, we still don't have any real weapons or armor that we can use to, well, defend ourselves. We have a bit of a trek to make. We are going to slowly make our way down the desert to the Enclave military base of Navaro. Why are we doing that? Well, because there we can get a free suit of the second best armor in the game that will also significantly increase our strength. Now, thankfully, this guy is not going to hurt us much, so we're just going to leave him here and keep going. All the while hoping we don't get any encounters that will immediately end our existence. Every once in a while, we stop just to, save so we don't have to run as much when we die, inevitably. And we will die almost certainly if we get literally any encounter after this point that isn't, friendly. Just going to continue walking the desert, and eventually we will find Navaro. We should be getting closer and closer. Well,
you have perished.
That, yeah. As you saw right there, literally any combat encounter in this area will result in our very, very instantaneous and immediate death. So, we're going to continue to slowly but surely make our way across the wastes, because we really, really want that suit. And we've made it to Navaro. Now, you may be wondering to yourself, wow, now that we've made it here, you're probably thinking, well, this is gonna be relatively difficult, right? You can't just walk into a military base. It really is that easy. You kind of just... So long as you're not spotted entering, nobody questions your existence inside of this camp. Then you run inside and you talk to the supply master. And the supply master chews you out for not being in armor. Because you should be in armor, of course. Everybody knows that. So, get your armor. Also, you should make sure to stock up on other items as well, such as weapons. But mainly, you should get your armor. Now, the armor's real nice. Protects you, but also it makes you stronger. which means that now our melee attacks have a very good chance of simply knocking out things that get in our way. Once you have your armor, talk to the techs, ask him about the vertibird plans, then talk to this guy, ask him about the vertibird plans, take the vertibird plans, and go back to San Francisco. Once we get to San Francisco, we sell the vertibird plans for a ton of XP, and all of the loot we got from Navaro for a ton of money. And ammo. Then we're gonna leave San Francisco and head to Klamath. Finally, we have reached Klamath. Now, first thing we have to do is kill a whole bunch of enemies. It's more than effective enough. I know I can't. Their demise, their doom, unavoidable. I feel quite that. Since we lack the advanced technology of rubber boots, our power armor is not capable of fully protecting us from the acid goo, and so we are staggered until we acquire the extremely advanced technology of rubber boots. Here. Described as the ultimate refinement of the sniper's art, the Bozar is a light machine gun designed from the ground up for use on the move rather than from a stationary position. With a detachable 30-round 5.56 box magazine, it allows for quick reloading by an infantryman on the move. One downside is that the Bozar requires extra maintenance and can be prone to jamming if not kept scrupulously clean. Thankfully, we have a high repair skill and a lot of ammo. Let's put them to use. Slavers don't appreciate me taking out their boss. Well, let's simply correct their attitude about, strangers showing up and killing their employer. Now that we've dealt with the slavers in the den, it's about time we get around to the rest of our adventure. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to need to find out the location of a few vaults. And one of the way to do that is to just talk to, come to Gecko and talk to Harold and ask him about what's troubling them. He'll explain that he needs this from Vault City, this component to fix up his, their power plant. And so, we just head on back to Vault City. By not wearing any armor, this guy kind of just lets you into the city, no questions asked. Because you've got a vault suit on. So he figures, hey, sure, have a day pass for free. So then you talk to these guys. They actually don't like it if you try to bring in chems, so just go ahead and drop any and all drugs and alcohol you may be carrying. So we'll talk to these people. Specifically, we want to talk to this guy, Counselor McClure, and ask him about the part. Once you've done that, go to the amenities office and ask for the part. The reason we're doing this is to get just a little bit of extra experience which will, level us up and make our lives a little bit easier later on. But also, it gives us some resources for later. But the thing that we need the most is the actual location of Vault 15. Because Vault 15 is the place that we need to go to find Vault 13. And unlike most other locations, the vaults don't show up on your map unless you know about their location. Kind of the same way with the Navaro military base. You need someone to tell you about the location. Now that everything is done, we're going to initialize the robot. This is the passcode you need to do. Initiate repair sequence. Okay, let's go. More of it works than doesn't. We are ready to start. Now, you need to follow the sequence in reverse of the solar system. So, Pluto, Neptune, Uranium, Saturn, and Jupiter. And then it finishes, because it's only 5 of those commands. So, then you install that, and you execute the program. Now, at this point, you can just walk away and you'll get a whole bunch of experience for doing this. And then just go straight to talk to McClure and let him know that it's done. And he gives us our citizenship papers, which will allow us entry into the vault. While we're in the vault, we want to do 2 things. Firstly, we want to go to the 2nd floor of the vault. We want to open this door specifically. We go in here and we grab this. After that, go straight to this computer right here. Search for archives for location of Vault 13, and it will reveal Vault 8 and 15. Since Vault 8 is this vault, we only care about this one. With that, we can head to Vault 15. On our way to Vault 15, we get interrupted by some super mutants, so let's just handle the situation. Arriving at Vault 15, we need to find a woman to talk to, specifically this lady here. And she's going to tell us that her daughter is missing. We're going to tell her what we're looking for, and then we'll tell her that we'll help find her daughter. So we go right here and talk to this lady who is blocking the path here. Tell her that a little girl's life is at stake, and go right on in. Here, we're going to encounter some raiders, namely the Khans. After appropriately dealing with the Khans, disarm the door here because it is trapped and the key unlocks the trap. And then talk to this lady who threatens to kick our balls into our neck. Follow her back to the camp and talk to her and her mother, who will then debrief us and tell us all about what's happening. After that, go and talk to this guy, spend all the dialogue options, and he'll give you this key card, which will be a way into Vault 15. After a quick rest, we use the card to get into Vault 15, and we begin the process of clearing out these raiders. Make sure to grab the computer parts here, because we're going to need them when we get to the NCR. Once all the raiders are dealt with, interact with every terminal in this floor to get what you came for. Now that we're done in Vault 15, we're gonna drop by the NCR, buy up a bunch of ammo, and talk to President Tandy. And since we found out the location of Vault 13 from those computers in Vault 15, we can just head straight there. Arriving at Vault 13 can catch a few people off guard considering who the inhabitants are, but just know that they are nice and they don't mean you any harm. Once meeting Gruthar, the giant talking Deathclaw, he'll explain that he would actually rather not let you into the vault unless he knows he can trust you, so you offer to fix their computer for them by reinstalling a voice module on it, and they'll let you right in. But first, we should drop by this part of the vault. Get out of here. But first, let's go ahead and fix their machine. So go right in here, run the diagnostic, look inside, notice that the piece is missing, so we just plop it in. And we're done. Talk to Big Deathclaw Man. He says that the Gek is missing, apparently. Yeah, he couldn't find it. Yeah, I can't imagine why. We took it. Anyway, we do have a few more things to do before we can actually go to the last level, though. But right now, the only thing left to do is make the trip back to our hometown, since, you know, we've got what we need. We can go home. And they killed our family. Time for payback. Namely, we are going to Navaro. Why are we going to Navaro? Well, because there's something there that we need, and we couldn't have gotten it before the first time we came here because we didn't have an appropriate weapon. Welcome to Camp Navaro version 2. Say hi to this guy. Say bye to this guy. I think it's about time we do a little cleanup around here. Ow. Rude. Very rude. Shooting me with a laser rifle? Everybody knows you use heavy weapons against power armor. It's like you don't even respect me. One of the big issues that you'll find with using burst weapons is the fact that bodies will get in the way. Thankfully, they don't usually get in the way when you can just shoot through most people. That is not very scientific of you. There you go. Remember, kids, if you can't pick the lock, bust it open. Regardless, we are done here, and so we're heading back to San Francisco. Side note, I actually forgot that we needed to get something out of one of these lockers that we would need for the tanker to get to the Enclave base, namely the Navcom for Poseidon Oil. Now that we're back in San Francisco, first things first, let's buy some ammunition with all of the loot that we've collected over our adventures. After that, we're going to head to the tanker, which we're going to use to reach the final area of the game. But first, there's 3 things we have to do. Step 1, clear out the cargo hold. Step 2, install the Navcom into the tanker. Step 3, get fuel. We're going to start by clearing out the cargo hold. Cue the music. Now that we've finished clearing out all of the pests, let's call them, in the cargo hold, let's go up here and let's install the Navcom. There you go. Next, we're gonna need some fuel. So let's talk to these guys, and he'll tell us to go massacre some Scientologists, which we are always more than happy to oblige. With the Scientologists, Hubologists out of the way, we're allowed to meet the Emperor of the Shi, which actually turns out to be a computer. So, we use it to divert fuel towards the tanker, and then it's time to head to the Enclave. Now, you're probably thinking, it can't be that easy to break into an advanced military base. Well, you'd be wrong. If you're by yourself and wearing a full suit of advanced power armor, the other Enclave soldiers kind of just leave you alone, and you can just have free reign of the compound. Nobody bothers you.
Chosen one.
So you can just come right here and talk to her and promise to free her, while, attaining some information about what the Enclave's plan is. This is how you find out about the FEV and all of that stuff. But now we have a little bit of a puzzle to do. And we're out of there. Come along, my friends. We have some business to attend to. Yo, did you know killing people is bad? I guess he didn't. All right, I will once again. Did you know killing people is bad? Yeah, see, that's okay. Take your time to realize that, Yeah, just go ahead. Yeah, okay. So he promises to release the virus inside of the Enclave now. Wait for 10 minutes, and then everybody not wearing power armor explodes. Talk about a one-shot. Anyway, they still don't know that this is my fault, so they don't attack me, which is convenient. However, we now need to blow this up. Now, keep in mind, if you did not bring one of those explosives, you will be soft-locked. As you can see, everybody who would not be wearing power armor, everybody who's not wearing power armor is dead now on the base. Thankfully, they don't know that it's our fault. So nobody's mad at us. So we're just gonna leave. And, yeah. Everybody not wearing power armor. They just frickin' explode. It's a horrible thing to see. All these people are here for you to fight if, you decide that this is something you want to do, but because we're wearing power armor, advanced power armor specifically, they don't care. Actually, I think any power armor will do. And we're at the final battle. And I need to be honest, I did a lot of testing, and it is my professional opinion that it is not possible to defeat Frank Horrigan in one shot. I know, it's heartbreaking. Truly, truly heartbreaking. But unfortunately, due to the way the crit tables work, most enemies can be hit so hard that you ignore their armor. This is, however, not the case for Frank Horrigan, as he has a unique crit table that does not include this factor. You cannot hit him so hard that you bypass his armor. So, since we can't defeat Frank Horrigan in one turn, we will simply have to defeat him in a straight-up fight. And the only way to do that is to fight from here. By attacking these guys, you'll actually be outside the range of all of the turrets, but he will still activate. And with that being said, let's kill the strongest enemy in all of Fallout. And look at that. We're in melee with Frank. Unfortunately, I don't think we're in a very good position. Because of the corpses surrounding us and absorbing the shots that are meant for him. But I believe, and you have to believe as well, so that we can beat him. And with that, I'm pretty sure this fight is over. Goodbye, Frank. You were a tough bastard. So tough I couldn't take you out. Not the way I wanted to. Not in one shot. But I hope everybody enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. It was a lot of fun, especially the fact that I did it immediately after doing the no guns run. This was a lot easier, I gotta be honest with you. It was also a lot more fun to tear through all of the enemies that gave me trouble before. And it was a lot of fun being able to fight Horrigan here on even terms. And figuring out all of these little things about the game, especially figuring out that you can fight him here without the turrets getting in the way. It was a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you around. Make sure to like, subscribe, and cheers.